Rebecca, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome.
So we have, unlike random callers, we actually made Rebecca call in for a reason.
We gently requested her
yes,
and asked if she would be available to call into the show. But for those of you that aren't familiar with Rebecca, some of you might recognize that name back from quite a few years ago, the CNN interview with Wolf Blitzer.
Although I feel self-conscious about bringing that up because, like, Rebecca does so much other stuff that it feels bad to just mention her by one YouTube meme that happened.
And that's exactly where I was going to shift right into. But what she's doing now, which is amazing, in my opinion, she is the Humanist Disaster Recovery Team. Is it a leader or coordinator for Foundation Beyond Belief, Rebecca?
Coordinator.
Oh, awesome.
But I'm also the team leader on the ground whenever we deploy. So
sorry, Phil. I'm going to get in your personal space for a sec.
All right.
The control room wants you to run this behind your head and put it on the other side. There you go. That should fix the sound issues.
Okay. Well, cool. But yeah, Rebecca, if you could just tell us a little bit about the program, because y'all have a large project that's coming up that you were kind enough to let me know, and it's something that I'll be participating in. So if you could give us kind of a rundown for it.
I'm excited to hear that. Yes, so we have our second deployment coming up. It's going to be in Louisiana. This past fall, as some people might remember, Foundation Beyond Belief raised money after the flooding in Louisiana. Specifically, we're going to Denham Springs. They were one of the hardest hit. One of the problems with what happened there is it was called the largest natural disaster since Superstorm Sandy. A lot of homeowners didn't have flood insurance because a lot of the places that flooded were not in floodplains, and you have to specifically buy flood insurance. So a lot of homeowners were not covered by insurance, and they have no way of recovering other than through nonprofit organizations. So we got involved. We raised money for an organization. It's a secular organization called All Hands, and they're going to be sponsoring our volunteers. We're going to be out there from May 27th through June 7th, and anybody can come out there with us. You don't have to stay for the entire duration. If you can just make it one day, if you can make it for the entire time, that's fine. It's with whatever works for everybody's schedules. And we're just asking that you pay for your transportation to and from the program. But once you're there, you have 3 meals a day, snacks and water. You can bring other things if you would prefer. And then we have a couple of different types of accommodations available while you're out there. So our partner, All Hands, has a base in which they provide sleeping bags and mattress pads on the floor. They have their base at the back of a Baptist church, so that is available to us, and those who would be wanting to stay there and willing to stay there may stay there, but other than that, HDR teams will be providing hotel stays for those who are uncomfortable with that situation. And so, we're going to be out there. And anybody who would be interested, right now you can go to sign up. There's an application at foundationbeyondbelief.org/HDRteam/team. And so, do you guys have any other questions?
Yes, I did actually. So so what can people expect? Like, what can they expect to be working on while they're down there? At the site?
Right now, what we're going to be working on is installing drywall and insulation. Although if there are homes that get picked up by our partner that need to be gutted, we might work on gutting as well.
Okay. And
it's kind of humorous. The first time that we went on a deployment, we were told that we would only be working in a certain area, and then we ended up getting switched over to gutting, and so it was a surprise. It was like, surprise, gutting day. So I want to make sure to say we might do that.
So I was just looking up the distance from Austin to Baton Rouge because...
it's Denham Springs. Denham Springs.
I'm sorry.
Just past Baton Rouge. It's
just past Baton Rouge.
Outside of Baton Rouge.
Yeah. Okay. So assuming they're in the same general area, they're in it's like a 6.5 hour drive from here, which is close enough that I'm tempted. But Rebecca, I am a computer nerd and I don't know anything about installing drywall. What would I be able to do there?
Absolutely no one on our previous trip knew what they were doing. But luckily, our partner gives tutorials, and they are on the ground with you at all times. And so they'll walk you through every single thing that you have to do, task by task. And then you can grab them and pull them aside and say, is this okay? Did I do this right? And by the time we all left last time, we were all like thrilled with our new skills, and we kept finding weird things where we would see drywall and we'd be like, oh, I can do a better job than that when we were in random buildings. So there's no skill required.
Okay.
Luckily.
Wow, that's all you, Russell.
That's right. I am absolutely no skill. I don't know. It sounds like a thing to do.
But yeah, I know.
Yeah, and you can be part of the humanist endeavor, and so that's fun.
Yeah,
too.
I mean that's always nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'll be even I'm trying to see if the ACA might be interested in doing something, but as that's being worked out, because I know I'm going to go there for sure. At the very least, like I'll be driving down there, just period. So you'll definitely see me coming down there, not for the entire duration, but probably like for a weekend or 2 or 3 days or something like that. The time that I can actually go down there and.
So if I did decide to go, we could carpool, right?
Yeah, we actually could.
You maybe don't want to back slowly away from me on the air, but
we'll discuss this later.
Right.
But I wanted to bring you out because I want to just kind of spread the word about that. If any groups out there, any secular organizations, within Texas, I know we have the Atheist Helping the Homeless in Southeast Texas, which is a lot closer to that side, and of course a lot of groups that are down there in Houston, like Humanists of Houston, the Houston Oasis group down there, people that might be interested in helping out to like an easy way for you to get some information and find out more about the project. If you and your group would like to help, then visit the website. Give me the website one more time for me, Rebecca.
Yeah, it's foundationbeyondbelief.org/HDR-team/team. Although you can, find it through just going to foundationbeyondbelief.org, or you can email me at hdrteams@foundationbeyondbelief.org.
HDR-team, TEAM?
Teams. It has an
teams,
S
plural.
at the end.
Teams. Glad I asked.
Multiple teams.
Yeah.
And this deployment is actually the first one that makes that name that we came up with years ago make sense. Because we've only had one team so far, but now this will be our second team.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that was a real example of thinking ahead.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, but that is awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting us know about it, Rebecca. And I'll definitely keep you in the loop if we at the ACA decide that we want to do something or coordinate something together for our part. But I look forward to seeing you there at some point during that duration that you gave. What was it? It was May 27th through June 7th, so somewhere within that time frame.
That's correct.
Well, awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Did you have anything else, Russell, you wanted to toss in there?
Everything else going well over there? Have any amusing run-ins with theists lately? I mean, this is the Atheist Experience. You've got a minute to speak your mind if you want to.
I live in the Pacific Northwest now, where basically everybody, if they're theistic, they just assume you're not.
Uh-huh.
So it's pretty nice. It's fancy out here. Wow. I came from the South.
That's a very different assumption than what we have here.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, in Austin, it's not.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so for Austin.
I don't have that many regular run-ins with theistic people here in Austin. If you drive outside the city limits, all of a sudden, everybody wants to know where you go to church or whatever.
And invite you to theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a question I haven't heard in 3 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I spent my entire life hearing that question, and now magically it's been 3 years and I haven't heard it once.
That must be very pleasant. Yeah, so that sounds like a pitch for people to live in Seattle.
Yes. Move out here. It's great.
Awesome.
But as the coordinator
It's
for
atheist Mecca.
as a prominent official in a openly secular organization, doesn't anything come to you? I mean, do people ever write in and try to fix things? No, it
How do
sounds
you
like
mean?
that.
Fix?
Well, I mean, the Atheist Experience gets messages all the time trying to tell us that Jesus is Lord or whatever.
Oh no, I never get anything like that. I basically
okay.
only get people who are happy that we exist or want to be a part.
All right. Well, I'm one of those people.
Indeed.
Thanks for existing.
Yay!
Well, cool. But thank you.
Keep existing, Foundation Beyond Belief.
Indeed. Well, thank you for coming on, Rebecca. We really appreciate your time and giving that information. That was awesome of you.
Yeah.
And I will see
thanks
you
a lot.
on the ground
All right.
Okay.
next month. I guess tomorrow's next month, but yeah.
All right.
Technically.
All right. Foundation Beyond Belief. It exists, so it's better than God.
All right.
All right.
All right, Rebecca. See you later.